Hi guys, this is Chief Daisy again. Last time I taught you guys about executive assistant, what the basics about it. We tackled CRMs and Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Google Suite, basically, and Slack and Trello and other project management tools. Today, I thought of discussing about social media marketing, the basics of social media marketing and some high level stuff too, because I think that you can easily study those as well. I haven't received questions from you about the last video I created, but so far I got some good feedback about how helpful that was, and that's very encouraging for me to keep spending time to create these videos for you. Again, we're not scripted. I don't have anything prepared at all for you guys. I'm just pulling resources from what I already have in my drive and in my MacBook here. So I'm just sharing this impromptu. We're gonna let it flow. We'll see how it goes. But a brief introduction about me. I am Daisy Santos. I have been in the industry for 14 years now. I was a COO for a virtual digital marketing agency, and the owner was an American. I was a COO for 14 years. And very recently, I founded my own virtual team, and it's called Chief Virtual Solutions. And it's still a baby, it's a startup, but we're taking it very, very slow because my goal, more than anything, is to help my fellow aspiring VAs there and of course clients too, but more than anything we don't want to get greedy, so we're just taking it slow. We want time, we want the luxury of time to pursue our passion. So that's who I am. And as a COO, I have trained hundreds of VAs already, and that is not an exaggeration. I have created hundreds of SOPs already in the digital realm. That is, again, not an exaggeration. So, I'm teaching you what I know. And this is what the Chief's playbook is about. So, let's get right to it. Social media marketing. So, what is social media marketing? Of course, you already know that. Lahat naman tayo nag-Facebook, nag-Insta, nag-Twitter maybe, nag-Threads, nag-YouTube, nag-TikTok. Diyan magaling ang Pilipino sa TikTok. I'm not very active on TikTok, but I have my Facebook account, I have my pages, and Insta too. You can like and subscribe, please, to our Chief Virtual Solutions accounts on YouTube, TikTok. Yes, we have a TikTok, but not too active. Insta, Insta and Facebook as well. And did I mention YouTube already? I don't know. But please subscribe to those profiles. It's the least you can do, please, to help us out. Anyhow, so lahat tayo naggaganyan. And the usual thing that we do is, we post our thoughts, we post the day's events, our experiences, our photos, our videos, and all that. But most times, when we post those stuff, we don't really care who's gonna see them. We don't consider the audience. We are more on the documentation side of it. We just want to document. We just want to put it out there that this is what happened today, that this is what I did, these are my thoughts today. But when you are a social media marketing VA and you're doing it for a client, the whole purpose of your role is marketing. And what that entails is consciously and intentionally posting for your client's brand. So your client may be offering services, your client may be offering products, selling products, whatever that offering may be. Your purpose is to sell it with the posts that you are publishing for your client. So that's where the difference is. You have to be very conscious who you're posting it for. So for instance, McDonald's Happy Meal. They have new toys. They promote new Happy Meal toys every month. So do you think it would be effective if the promotion about those Happy Meal toys are somber or serious or very, without any wit, without colors, just black and white graphic images, static posts, straightforward, very sanitized statements? It's not gonna work because you are targeting kids with the posts that you are publishing. So it's the same with your clients. So you have to understand who you're posting it for and what kind of brand you're representing. So that is what we're going to discuss today. It is so far from the usual misconception na social media marketing, basta marunong ako mag-Canva, marunong naman ako mag-post sa Facebook kasi nagpo-post naman ako ng mga post sa Facebook account ko or sa Insta ko eh. Kaya ko yan, mag-filter lang ako, mag-Canva lang ako, basta meron akong gawing sa Canva, sampalin ko lang ng iba-ibang font yan, iba-ibang kulay, may lagay ako ng konting elements, okay na yan. No, it doesn't work that way. So every brand, let's study the brands, okay? Yung mga famous brands muna tayo, study natin sila. Nike, for example. When you see Nike, pag nakakita ka ng check na ganyan, yung memory retention of the audience, of the followers of Nike, pag check na ganun, Nike agad yan, kahit hindi mo nakikita yung word, hindi mo nakikita yung brand name, yun palang logo na yun, alam mo na siya yun. Diba? Tapos pag nakita mo yung slogan na, just do it, Nike yan. Kahit wala pa yung check, kahit wala pa yung word na Nike, basta meron ka nakitang just do it, Nike na agad yon. And that is brand recall. That is very important. The branding is everything, even for you as a person. What is your branding? Me as Chief Daisy, my branding is that I'm a working mom. My brand is I'm a working mom. I'm funny, I'm fun, I'm strict too at the same time, maybe. My branding is red hair, always has been, and so on. So what is the branding of your client? What are the brand colors? So that's Nike. Let's try Starbucks. Wow, Starbucks. So Gen Z, but let's go ahead. So Starbucks. That logo, of course, every time you see that, it's Starbucks already. What are the brand colors for Starbucks? This green, darker green, that's the brand color for Starbucks. Okay? So notice that their post, the background, like this post, the background is their brand color. But I would recommend when you're making static graphics, static posts, graphic images, put about 60 to 80% white space. And there's a psychology behind that, but we'll get to that. I think I already posted that in the Facebook group, why white space in graphic images are very important. Just like this one I'm pointing on to here. See that white space? This one, a lot of white space. This one too. Okay, and this one, a lot of white space there. So, whole point is that you will find that in every post that they have, there's that brand color, which is the green color that Starbucks has. Let's move on to another example. Let me think. Coke. Let's try Coca-Cola. Their color is red, always has been. But when you see this font, this font style, even when the words spelled out are not Coca and Cola. For as long for as long as the word is written this way, the font style is this one, you think Coca-Cola right away, because they have been using this font style for ages now. So the brand color, the brand font style, and the brand's branding, the brand's persona, those are very important. The brand's profile, the character of the brand, those are very, very important. So you will find that in every post about Coke, there's always red, because that's their color. But of course, again, like I mentioned, a lot of white space there in all their marketing materials. So that's Coke. Last one, let's try, I don't know, let's try luxury this time. Let's try Gucci. Wow. This inverted G, that's their logo. The moment you see that, you don't have to see the whole word Gucci. The moment you see that, you know that it's Gucci right away. But their color has been black ever since, and you can also make that white, the font, depending on the background that you have. But it's very, very luxury. When you are representing a luxury brand, it's more black, white, and gold. Those are mostly the colors that they use, but there's a lot of white there, a lot of white space, and a lot of script too, italics in the font style. But that depends, of course, with the brand and in however way they want to present themselves. But when you think luxury, it's always very plain, very clean. Not so much elements in the graphic image, but a lot of white space. I cannot stress this enough. Please Google why white space in graphic design is very, very important. It took me a lot of years before I learned that and before I took it to heart. So I'm telling you, this is gonna save your design. White space. All right. So you see a lot of white, a lot of gold, very plain. It's very sophisticated. So that's how the design is. Now that we've tackled branding, next up is your messaging, the brand message. So we know already that Gucci, the brand message there is luxury, right? It's the lifestyle they're selling. And we know that Coke, the brand message there is that, quenching your thirst. They're fun. They're fun. They're serious about quenching your thirst. They're active. And the same goes for Nike. It's active, it's sporty, and it's encouraging, just do it. That's the brand message that they have. And so if that's the brand message, that means they're targeting a set of audience who would listen to that type of messaging. And who's the target? For instance, Gucci, they're targeting middle class to higher set of people. And Coke, of course, the masses yan. Mga madlang people ang tinatarget ni Coke. So, they can go from serious to really witty to funny and stuff like that because they're targeting the common people. What else? Starbucks, more on yuppies, young professionals, because those are the people who can afford Starbucks already. And the higher classes naman, they have their own espresso machine already on they probably have their own coffee shop. in their homes, inside their homes already. So that's not the target for startups, more on the yuppies. And what else? What are our other? Nike, they are targeting people who are active, who are on the go, who's after comfort, who's running, who's athletic, who's into working out, who goes to the gym, who runs, who does yoga, very sporty. So what words, what message would resonate with those type of people? So you think in that you put yourself in that mindset. Whenever you create the caption and the graphic design for your post for your clients, you have to always put yourself in that mindset. Will this resonate with the set of people I'm targeting? Would this image resonate with that people? Will it attract these types of people I'm targeting? So if we're gonna post a cartoon or an animation, a cartoon type or a Giphy type of post, do you think that's gonna resonate? If your brand is Gucci, would that resonate with that high class people? Nope, it won't. If you're posting unfit people, and you are representing Nike, who's all about fitness, it won't resonate. So think in those terms whenever you are creating graphic designs, graphic images, and drafting captions for your clients. And there is a way to make all these easier for you. Okay? So let me show you what we do, what I do, and what I have learned from DigitalMarketer certified partners. And because I have been training with them for many years, and that training cost thousands of dollars, and I'm gonna share it with you guys because I like you. All right. So this here is the social media blueprint from DigitalMarketer. It tackles everything that we have discussed earlier. Whenever you have a client, these are the things that you need to be discussing with them. What is the focus? What are the focus platforms? Is it going to be just Facebook? Is it going to be YouTube? Is it going to be just TikTok? And so on. So you need to identify which platforms you're going to be handling. When are you going to start, of course? If there's an end date, if it's a campaign, if it's an ads you're doing, and what are your objectives for the ads or even for the post? Is it to get more leads? By leads, we mean customers or clients, or is it to convert the existing following or subscribers to paying customers or clients? Or is it just to post, just for content purposes, which rarely happens because, what you want is to be intentional and purposeful when you're doing social media marketing posts. So every post that you put out there has to have a purpose. Is it and always of course is to sell your clients brand and your clients products or services. So sometimes you're just posting innocent quotes. If you're representing Nike, if you're doing social media marketing for Nike, then the post might be a quote about staying fit, right? Health is wealth, something to that effect. And it may be innocent, maybe it's just a quote, you're not selling anything there. But what you're selling there is the idea, the message, the brand itself. So it's not always hard selling, like, hey, check out this new rubber shoe, this new sneakers that we have, buy it now, here's the link. It's not always like that. There has to be a variety of posts, some short form videos or what you call reels, some quotes or funny memes, and then of course you have your selling posts. but I would recommend only 20% selling posts, because when you always do selling posts, salesy, when you always sound salesy, people are not gonna like that page anymore, your profile, your feed. They're not gonna follow you anymore. You know why? Because they're not getting any value anymore, because all you do is sales. So you have to be adding value to the audience. So going back to this PDF I'm showing you here, what is your call to action? So every post, what is your call to action? What are you compelling them to do? After you make that post, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to keep on scrolling? Do you want them to check out a link to your client's website? Do you want them to call your client's phone number? Do you want them to send an email? So there has to be one call to action only, not a lot, because if you have multiple call to action, the brain can get easily confused. And when the brain has so much options, the tendency is to shut down and just not choose one at all. So one call to action only for every post. And some posts, like I said, memes or infographics, just to send information, just to give them information, or the quotes that I mentioned earlier, you don't need a CTA for that. CTA, again, that's call to action. All right. So here, the target audience that I keep on mentioning earlier, that is called avatar or persona. So what is the avatar of your client? Who are we targeting? Are they 30 to 50 years old working professionals? Do they have families? Do they have children? Are their children studying already? So it's an actual person. Picture that actual person you are targeting. That is the avatar persona for your client's brand. And of course, you have to identify the products or services you're doing posts for, you're doing social media marketing for, the value offer. This is the ISP. What is the service they are offering? What is the value they are offering the persona or their avatar? Okay, like for Nike, of course, the very comfortable running shoes, or the very hip designs that they have. So that's the value that they are offering. And then of course, the hashtags, branding hashtags and trending hashtags, make sure that you combine those. Branding hashtags would be their slogan, their brand name, or their business name, and trending hashtags would be whatever hashtag is currently trending for that particular post at the time we're posting it. You have to research that too. I want to get to the part where you are identifying. Of course, you have to identify the brand colors, the font style, graphic elements. Some clients would identify their graphic elements, like they want sphere, sort of sphere elements added to the whole design, stuff like that. So that is something that you need to identify too. And the image style, do they want the filters to be more on the bright side, or are they more black and white, or are they more colorful? The filter that they want, is it more do they want higher brilliance on the filter? So now here we are with the customer avatar. I'm gonna share with you, just make sure I have it here. My ChatGPT. Okay, let's share this. This is, let me just make this smaller. Give me a second. All right. So this is the ChatGPT that I use, that my team uses sometimes. This is a Pro, a ChatGPT Plus account, but I'm sharing this with you because let's do to Chief's playbook. This is for TCP. And let's go ahead and study how to create these avatar or customer profiles. Okay, hold on a second, let me just... All right, so first, when you have your client, or maybe, you know what, let's do it for CVS, let's do it for Chief Virtual Solutions. So the first thing you do is you prompt, you prepare you prime it, so to speak. You prepare your GPT or any whatever AI chat you're using. It could be Gemini, it could be Copilot. That's okay, but I'm using GPT because I'm used to it already. But every once in a while, we use other AI chats too. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these prompts because we are gonna fill out this customer avatar. So that way, you understand your client's customer better, you know, the audience that you are trying to attract. Okay, so this is the chat, and my prompt is, can you help me identify customer demographics and interests? So before I get to that, it would say yes, of course, and then we'll go to prompt number 2. Let's see. All right, so this is very chatty, right? Let's try that again. Reply with yes or no. Yes or no only. Because I get annoyed when it's very wordy, the response. Yes, there you go. So simple. Okay. So now I'm gonna put in there my company details, right? So my name, my company name is, let's do it here. Let's move this here. Okay. My company, Chief Virtual Solutions, and then I offer digital marketing services. Okay, and what do I do? My typical customer are startups, entrepreneurs, e-commerce, business owners. What else? Okay, let's just go with that for now. Okay. Let's see what it comes up with. So now it's responding with just a yes. Go ahead and identify the demographics and interests. Like the expert that you are. You know, sometimes I feel like ChatGPT is very ego-driven because in your prompts you have to be an expert in blank. Act like an expert in blank. But more or less, you just have to speak to it like you're speaking with a friend, but with 100% clarity. Otherwise, it's going to be very confusing. So the demographics we're looking for CVS or Chief Virtual Solutions, the age range would be 25 to 45 years old. They are younger entrepreneurs, founders in growth mode, small business owners hungry for scale. The genders balance could be male, female. income level, there you go. Education, yada yada. Geography, of course, US, UK, Canada, Australia, that's true. Business stage, early stage, okay, there you go. Even the psychographics, see that? The mindset, the pain points. Now, this is very important, the pain points. You can expand, you can ask GPT, you can highlight this and ask GPT to expound on this. Can you tell me more about their pain points? Let's do it now, actually. That's okay. So, because the post that you will be publishing needs to respond to those pain points, because your clients, whatever service or products they're offering, those services or products should be the answer to their pain points. That's the goal there. That's the end goal. So their pain points for CVS, they are very overwhelmed and they don't have the time. They have inconsistent sales and lead generation. They're confused about tech. They don't have the strategy. They're flying blind. They have difficulty delegating and scaling, and they don't have brand visibility, or they don't have differentiation. Or what that means is that they don't stand out from the crowd. And that is true. Those are the pain points that CVS are addressing. We are the solution to those pain points they have. Now, my next question would be, you can actually go from here. You can ask, what do they have before and after? How do they feel before and after? How does an average day look like for them? What are their status in life? And you can ask, what are their key purchase drivers? What are their frustrations and fears? What are their wants and aspirations? All these would help you understand your target customer or client. So that's very, very helpful. I can send you a copy of this blueprint, and just ping me, DM me if you want a copy of that one. But from here, you can go ahead and ask these questions from the blueprint, or you can go ahead and ask it however way you want, whatever you want to ask. So I'm gonna ask it, what are the type of posts that would resonate with this avatar, or demographic, right? Perfect question. Wow. So now I have content ideas already. There you go. Short reels, TikTok, infographic, 3 automations that will save you. There you go. And then case studies, of course. Mythbusters. And now I have seven content ideas already. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. And then you can go ahead and continue asking it questions like brand colors, right? For CVS, the brand color is red, because as you can see, that's my favorite color. But we can ask about graphic image design. What type of, how would you design, what type of graphic image design types of designs would be best for this brand. Let's try that. Clean, bold. There you go. Screenshot with overlays. And there you have it. And yes, consistency is key. You have to be consistent about the brand colors and the brand font style. Of course, you can add sub font styles, but you have to be consistent with those as well. Maybe just about 10% different font style, but stay with the main font style for that brand. You know, the reason why is because you want brand recollection. That, like, the moment they see red and they see that particular font style, they're gonna think right away, oh, that's Chief Virtual Solutions. And we discussed that earlier with Nike and Gucci and all the other brands, right? So that's very, very important. Gary V, I want you to follow Gary V, by the way, because he was mentioned here. Gary V is very, very good. He's also a digital marketing guru, among other things. And yes, see, it can also create a mock-up, some sample design kit for the brand, and so on. So you can go from here. You just converse with it. Whatever question comes up in your head, ask it. Don't be afraid, because ChatGPT wouldn't bite you. But go from there. And also, I posted in the Facebook group links to Canva events about designing a graphic image from scratch, for beginners, the basics and all that. I would love for you to please, please, please register, join those webinars. There's a bunch of them. I joined too, and let's learn together. Okay, and I hope this is helpful for you. I'm gonna share. I think I still have. So this is just the basic for. Yep, that's it for social media marketing. I hope you find this helpful. If you have other questions, there are going to be plenty more videos like this where we discuss stuff per niche, and we will get to that in the next weeks or so. If you have any questions, please DM CVS, the Facebook page, and I'll be happy to respond to them as soon as I can. And again, if you want this blueprint, let me know. I'll send it to you. I hope you find this helpful. Thank you. Be kind, be good, and thanks again, guys. Bye.